All right, so last weekend I came down here super late at night, and then I woke up, spent the night on the boat, woke up the next morning with the intention of shoving off solo.
Let's get out of here. Let's go to Marina del Rey, Venice Beach. For everyone that's not from here, let's go to Venice Beach. It's probably going to take me 12 to 16 hours to get there. So I'm shoving off now before the sun comes up, and I should be getting there before the sun comes down.
That's like 50-60 miles of sailing. It was going to take me all day. If I just managed to do 4 knots average, it'd take me all day. So I left before sunup, and with the intentions of getting there before sundown, grabbing a public dock or whatever.
All right, you probably can't see me at all, but we're out of here.
Now, I haven't named the boat yet. I haven't done the ceremony that you're supposed to do to appease Poseidon, the god of the sea, and even the gods of the wind. There's like 4 of them. And there's a little ceremony and tradition that sailors do to avoid having bad luck, and I haven't been doing that. You see, the last owner, Mr. Perkins, Jeff had refit the boat, repainted, did a bunch of electrical work, got a rolling furler, probably the best communications gear you can have on a boat or just anywhere out here. I bet you Liberty Call has the best comms gear on board. He did all that work, and then he started the process of changing the name and never finished it. That's seriously bad luck. And I knew that if I didn't change the name and do the ceremony soon, bad luck was going to find me. And if you stick your chin out to Poseidon, he'll probably take you up on the offer and deck you in it. So that's what happened.
I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna break some light discipline rules here. I'm out. I just got out into this. I just pushed off, and this is the rod for my autopilot. Just snapped off. So this thing's worthless.
I shoved off solo after all these years trying to finally go from sailing around in circles on a lake to destination sailing. Years and years building up to this moment. Out there by myself in the dark, bobbing around. I got a 1/4 mile offshore and my autopilot broke. And I knew immediately I wasn't making that trip.
I'm not doing 10 hours. I'm not doing a 10, 12-hour sail with no autopilot, with just me on the helm the whole time. That's brutal.
I also knew immediately that bad luck like that was going to continue to happen until I renamed the boat, did the ceremony the right way, and got everything squared away the way a sailor would do traditionally.
Sometimes it's out of your hands. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I don't have it in me to man that tiller for 12 to 15 hours, which is what it would have took to get out there. So I'm single-handed today. You know, I'm by myself. There ain't no one with me. I'm out there in the dark on my own by myself. You know, and the only way to really, as far as I'm concerned, the only way to really effectively single-hand sail is with a functioning autopilot, at least at my skill level right now.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to rename the boat. We're going to recalibrate a brand new autopilot. That way we're good to go for the future.
This is Rendezvous with the Ramey family. The girls and I are a throuple on board our Alberg 30 Liberty Call. We're exploring the West Coast and all the Channel Islands. This is Chapter 1. We're dropping our hooks in all the cool spots as we save up every penny to move on board our forever boat. Welcome aboard.
It's boat naming time, so this is going to be on the back, and then these are going to be on the sides. And this is my second attempt because the first one I got mad at it, ruined it, and then had to go back home without officially renaming it. and everyone got pissed off at me, so...
This is my second attempt putting the decal on the back of the boat, because the first one did not go well, mostly because of my temper. But I did have some lessons learned under my belt from it, and this time the name of the game was just keeping calm and doing each letter individually, which is what happened, and it helped a lot that I had 2 extra sets of hands to hold everything steady. There were some difficulties and complications.
Nothing about that was cool. The wind vane's in the way, the concave shape of the back of the boat is like the opposite way of the shape of the sticker, so everything about that was difficult, and that wasn't as fun as what I was hoping for. But there's like 3 more stickers I gotta put on, so it shouldn't be as hard as that one. Hardest one's out of the way.
All in all, the process went pretty well, and I liked the way it turned out. The hard part of naming the boat was out of the way, and the fun part was just about to start, which is the renaming ceremony itself. Even though it sounds really corny, super cheesy the whole time you're doing the ceremony, it does come from a long history of superstition and tradition. So, best not to skip out on it.
Okay, so we're gonna rename the boat, and the first thing we gotta do is remove all traces of the current name, okay? And we did that already, except for one piece, which is a sacrificial piece of metal. So where's that?
And we also brought Hunter, our slip neighbor, with us to do the ceremony.
So much
The best thing we've ever done.
That's gonna that's topping it up on the top of the list of the things that we've done together.
Number 1.
Jumping out of an airplane? No. This?
Renaming a boat? Number 1.
Woo! All hail Furnius.
Furnius. You're just
What is his name
all
again?
hell Furnius.
What's his name again?
Wow,
Poseidon.
Biden was closer.
Yeah,
Biden was super close.
She was like, why are we worshiping Joe Biden? I'm like, it's Poseidon. We're worshiping Poseidon, not Joe Biden.
You ever seen the pictures of the guy with the trident and he's
Yeah, Ariel's dad.
He's a merman. There you go, Ariel's dad. Fucking A.
That's King Titan.
Is that Titan?
That's King Titan. That's Disney's Poseidon. Okay, here, you go hold this.
Okay.
Oh god, it's so lame.
What are we doing now?
We're speaking to Poseidon, not Joe Biden. Poseidon. All right.
Poseidon.
Okay, almighty and great rule of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage. I implore you in your graciousness to expunge for all time from your records and recollection the name Sky Mist, which has ceased to be an entity in your kingdom. As proof thereof, we submit this ingot bearing her name to be corrupted through your powers and forever be purged from the sea. Throw that bitch in the water. Fucking litter bug. Okay. At this point, yeah, we have to pour at least half a bottle of champagne into the water to honor Poseidon. There you go. All right. Going from east to west. Half the bottle.
Well, I'm glad you did that because I don't
Hey,
know what
that's
to
part of the
Right,
ceremony.
Hunter.
eat.
That one. You have to take a swig. You have to take a swig.
Champagne. Weird without orange juice.
Guest of honor takes a swig.
It's a Liberty call.
And Skipper doesn't drink anymore.
There you go.
Okay, those are Heineken Zeros. That'll have to do for now. Okay, now we gotta do the renaming ceremony. And it gets even worse.
Okay, great. I'm excited. Let's go.
Almighty and great rule of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage. I implore you, in your graciousness, to take unto your records and recollection this worthy vessel hereafter and for all time known as Liberty Call, guarding her with your mighty arm and trident and ensuring her of safe and rapid passage throughout her journeys within your realm. In appreciation of your munificence, dispensation, and in honor of your greatness, we offer these libations to your majesty and to your court. Okay, so Boreas is the northern wind god, so doing one to the north. So keep an eye on the boat. Next facing west, which is Zephyrus. And then there's Urias, which is the east wind, which is this way.
Fucking A.
Okay, superstition and tradition completed. The boat shouldn't have any more bad juju, which means my autopilot shouldn't break on me out of nowhere.
I feel good about this.
I feel good. All right, so to calibrate this thing, we do have to sail around in circles quite a bit. A little bit of, there's only like 4 buttons on this thing, and it's not overly complicated, but depending on what button you push in what series, for how long you push them, or which buttons you push at the same time, it starts to make it do different things, and it gets kind of complicated kind of quick. But the gist of it is I put it into calibration mode. I reduce the boat speed to 2 knots, no more than 2 knots, keep it below 2 knots. Basically, you want each circle to take about 3 minutes, and you just keep doing big, wide circles. So I'm going to have to get out of the marina, and I'm going to have to shove out to sea a little bit, just get away from all these other radios and all these other potentially confusing signals while it calibrates. And then once it does that, it'll give me a little indication that it's calibrated, and then I just adjust the autopilot heading to match my magnetic north compass. And then once I'm good to go, I save the changes by pressing another button for 1 second, and then that should be done. So hopefully it's as smooth as it sounds on paper, but nothing ever is. But we do gotta get out there and do it. And for those of you wondering about whether or not it was a good idea to throw a huge chunk of metal into the ocean, don't worry. I picked a type of metal that if you scuff up with a sanding pad and throw it directly in the salt water, it will have corroded itself down to almost nothing in 5 to 6 months. Which means by the time you're seeing this, it literally doesn't even exist anymore. Certain types of metal in a marine environment are completely biodegradable. Contributing to the pollution in the ocean is surely to bring bad luck, much more so than not having a renaming ceremony. And just for the record, nothing goes overboard off my boat unless it's completely biodegradable and non-toxic. Never plastic, and never hazmat.